Hello, we're live on Facebook now. Sheena's. G'day guys and girls, it's Liam Zollo again. We're just playing a couple of songs. Sheena's running around now. Want to say hello?
Hey guys. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, we've got another 4 minutes, but we can fade it out. Do you want to try and practice the fading out?
Oh my goodness, really? I don't know how to do it.
I'll practice the fading out.
Yeah, okay.
Play a jingle.
Hey Facebook friends. Hope you're all well. Today's Liam and I's first day on the radio. We had a little practice run last week, but today we are live.
Broadcasting from the world-famous Bondi Beach. This is Bondi Radio.
Oh, we are back live on Bondi Radio now, guys and girls. It's Liam Zollo, your host, with Sheena, Alexandra, my co-host, down on a beautiful Bondi Beach on a beautiful Monday morning.
It's
so,
gorgeous
welcome back, Sheena.
Hello.
Had a little bit of a music time. How good's the music?
It's awesome. I absolutely love it.
It's just such a good music. I didn't even know much about the music part of it. So,
I know. And we can play anything we want too.
Yeah.
So we can get people to call in or to type in on Facebook.
Yep.
If they want to hear anything, everything, anything.
Yeah, give it. Let's go for it. But before our little music dancing session that I was more doing in my head. I wasn't doing it outside. I'll start dancing, but I don't know if your Facebook friends will like that.
No, you're gonna kill our listeners.
Yeah. We were talking about the Hemp show.
Yes.
And your experience over the weekend, because Sheena's journey. I mean, you're saying that you're more into the YouTube and marketing, but now you're going more into health and wellness. You know what? I think you don't give yourself enough credit for the amount of knowledge that you have with the wellness, you know, so because it's a passion of yours, you'll be absorbing so much more of it. So I think that you know more than you actually think you know. Yeah,
I do. But it's been a long journey of self-discovery and shocking revelations. Some of the information that I've discovered over the last few years has been quite a shock to the system, because it's not something that you read about or you hear about in mainstream media. So much of what I've discovered and much of what I learned about at the Hemp Festival was it's against the norm, and people in government they don't want to see this plant legalized.
Why? What's the big deal? Like,
well, okay, so let's just share here. I've got a few things that I've brought in today, but just about the so many benefits to this plant, and it's using the entire plant. But there's we've been using hemp for many different purposes for thousands of years, and it just became illegal back in the 19th century, and since
do you know any research about why it became illegal?
Yes, well, basically there was some propaganda that happened, and basically in America it stemmed from down in Mexico. They said that the plant created psycho behavior, and I don't know that much of the history, but the government declared it as being illegal to consume, and so they've classed it as a Class A, and not in America, it's different. On the state level you can have it for recreational purposes and for medicinal purposes, but it's still illegal on a federal level. So you've got local laws and federal laws. And
so you couldn't have it in California, because I know it's legalized there, is that right? And you can't transfer it over to a state that's not legalized. That would be federal. That's where the federal law comes from. Yeah,
that's right. So as a whole, they're still nowhere close to having the laws completely passed, but they've made a significant progress in many of the states. I think more than three-fourths of the states are using it for medicinal purposes, and now have changed over for recreational purposes. But a few of the stats that I've heard yesterday was that the cannabis consumption is 2 times more than the alcohol consumption. So there's more people smoking, and
but it is healthier than drinking alcohol. But alcohol is legalized.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm gathering? I'm just doing my own research.
Absolutely.
On it as well.
Absolutely. And have you done any research at all on this?
Not really.
Yeah,
I mean, a little, like, I mean, just for YouTube videos and stuff like that. I invested into a cannabis company recently, so that's as extent of my research right now.
I mean, when we were growing up, we had the war against drugs, and pot was, and marijuana and cannabis. I don't like to call it pot because that's kind of slang, but cannabis was considered part of, the drugs that are addictive and should be avoided. And so growing up, I was always taught that it was a bad thing, and there's a perception that it's bad, and that it's illegal, and that we shouldn't be doing it. And in reality, it's just because we've been told that. That's all.
Exactly
We've been told that. But the evidence shows that there are so many benefits. Do you want to read out what these benefits are?
Oh, these are benefits here then.
Yeah.
So, a plant of many uses. Food. Hemp seed is one of the easiest to produce and nutritious food crops on the earth. For many centuries, it was the staple food crop for most of the world. Wow. The oils produced from the seed contains the highest amount of essential fatty acids in the plant world. Hemp seed oil helps clear the human system of cholesterol. The banning of hemp as a food, as is the case in Australia, is senseless.
Yeah. So that's from the food. Well, but you can just read at the top letter, the fuel. So cannabis biomass is potentially the cheapest and most reliable way to produce energy. It is estimated that up to 90% of the energy produced by the use of fossil fuels can be produced instead from biomass. So they can use hemp for fuel if they wanted to. Paper, 75 to 90% of the paper used for books, maps, Bibles, banknotes, and newspapers were made from hemp up until the 1880s.
No way. Wow.
What about building material? Yeah.
I was going to say that one.
Building material. Yep. Hemp could replace wooden materials as it can be pressed into a variety of forms. Textiles, clothes. There's a lot of clothes, bags, hats, medicine. Safer than pharmaceuticals and less toxic as both prevention and cures for a wide range of medical conditions.
Yeah.
Spirituality, cosmetics, recreation, healthier choice of inebriant, I don't know how to say that word, and relaxant than alcohol.
Yeah.
Can help overcome alcohol and other drug dependencies.
Yeah.
And cannabis can reduce stress and relieve tension. And then
all the things that we need right now. I mean, stress and tension is 50%. 50% of people have anxiety, stress, and have these issues.
Yeah.
I mean,
and juicing it too. If you juice it, and you can eat it. You can smoke it.
Yeah.
You can drink it.
Yeah.
You can put it in your shakes, everything. So yeah, I just like going back. It's just I'm very passionate about not about legalizing it. I am passionate about legalizing it, but I'm more passionate about telling the government that they can't tell me what I can and can't do.
Yeah.
I have sovereign rights over my body, and if I'm not hurting anyone else, then I should be able to make decisions. And that goes for anything. I mean, I can decide to have a glass of wine. I can decide to have a burger if I choose. I can even smoke meth if I wanted to. Now, I don't, and I've never had any hardcore drug like that. But if the person is not harming anyone else, I don't know why you can say this person can take a pharmaceutical drug that can kill you, that is known to kill people, and not something else that grows from the ground. So that's really where my passion for getting the word out is really about my liberal rights as a human. Yeah.
That's true, though. I mean, it's so beneficial, and it's really booming. Why did this start? Where did the boom start? Like, I mean, it's always been around, underlying, and then it just seems to be. I don't know, maybe because I've just done some investing myself, and it just seems to be a lot of hype around it right now. In the last maybe year, has it been like in the media for longer than that? I mean, in Australia anyway, I just feel like it's just the last year's really picked up, or maybe I've just noticed it in the last year a lot more.
Well, it's getting really big over in America. When I left the U.S. in 2003, it was illegal, and so you didn't have dispensaries, you didn't have anything that you see. Now, I went home a few weeks back, and they have door-to-door dispensaries. They come to your house, and they bring you your medicine if that's what you choose. And they've just come a long distance in just a very short amount of time. Now, I did learn yesterday that even though Australia follows suit, we follow suit, the same does England.
To the US?
To the US, yeah. But we're still quite a few years away, about 10 to 20 years away from this becoming an everyday legal drug like it was back in the 1900s.
Yeah.
It's just like changing the Titanic. It's changing people's minds. I think that people just need to start to understand, and what I'm starting to understand, not only... Well, see, I have not trusted the government since 2001. So I'm...
The Australian government or any government?
Any government. I believe that the government is supposed to protect us, but they do more harm in many different ways. And I started realizing this after 9/11. My dad has always kind of informed me with books and magazines, but I didn't really wake up to this fact until about 2001. The politics in the government can be seen in the health industry, and also after doing an interview this week, the education system as well. It's everywhere, and I encourage people to just start thinking and researching themselves on everything that is a big impact to your life. So from the medicine and the cures and the paths that you take. I mean, research everything. If you go to the doctor and you're diagnosed with cancer, take a few minutes, take a few days to gather your thoughts
and see what all possibilities are out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's with anything though, isn't it? Like, I mean, not just cancer, but that's a good description on it. Like, you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket and feel like you just got to go and do chemo.
That's
like,
right.
You can go out there and just explore other possibilities.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, I am saying chemo's bad, but I don't feel like I'm the most appropriate person to talk about this. But I do know that we need to just question everything, and I'm a very trustworthy person when it comes to making friends and meeting people at bars, but I'm not trusting of the government. And where everybody else, I feel, is very untrusting of people and people at bars, and they're very trusting of government. And I think that needs to be, I think we need to be more localized in who we believe in.
Yeah, you're right, keep going.
Yeah, and we just need to focus our efforts locally.
Yeah.
We need to believe the people locally. If there is, just. I don't know what my thought was on that one, but
no. Well, it's about, as you said before, questioning things, and it's so true. Like, and that's why that accelerated. I mean, this is a completely different branch, but it comes into the similar context. What we're talking about. This is why I became an accelerated fitness coach. It's because someone's told me that I can only do something in this amount of time. Well, how if I don't have the luxury of that amount of time, how can I do it faster? And that's where the accelerated fitness coach came into play. This doesn't have anything to do with cancer. I'm not saying I can solve cancer. I'm not saying that at all. I'll leave that for the doctors.
Yeah. Don't leave it for the doctors.
Well, I'm not leave it for other health professionals that I'll question when that comes towards me, if it comes that way, But with the fitness side of things, I wanted to be able to run a marathon in 30 days. I mean, I've told you this story a couple of times. We are live now, so I wanted to share it again. That I wanted to do a marathon, but it usually takes 6 months. People say 6 months, and you'll be able to run a marathon. Well, I didn't have 6 months. I had 28 or 30 days to prepare. So it's like, okay, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
How can I? So I started questioning the common beliefs on training, on how you train. You've got to be able to run 30 kilometres, otherwise you can't run a marathon. You've got to be doing that 3 times a week, or once a week over the space of 6 weeks. All these little rules. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that these rules are bad. I'm just saying in the context of me not having the luxury of time, how can I do it? And it was the questioning, what you were talking about before, and that's where I like doing that. Like I did it with that boxing fight as well. usually it takes 3 to 6 months to prepare for a fight with conditioning. And what I realise is, when you get in the ring, that Mike Tyson says this, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. So I mean, it's true in a way. Like you can have the best plan going into something, but until you're actually there, that until you're actually in the moment, then you don't know what it's going to be like. And that's what I try to train for. Yeah. Like mentally, I know that the amount of rugby league games I played, no running is going to solve me playing a rugby league game. The only way to do it is to play a rugby league game. And I took that same method into running a marathon. Yeah. There's no way of me running a marathon, but what would the feeling be like at 30 kilometres? Yeah. What would that feeling be like?
So did you run the marathon?
Ran it. Yeah. I did it full marathon in 40. It was 41.195 kilometres. I ran it under 5 hours. I had 20. I can't remember. 28, 30 days preparation.
Right. Okay, that's really good.
So, but it was just it's not that look. You still need 6 months to prepare for the general public. But I just didn't have the luxury of time. That's where the accelerated fitness style came about, and that's what we're working on together.
Yeah.
Right
speaking
now.
of that, I got out on a run this week, and it
go?
feels really good.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I found those stairs that you
I didn't find the stairway.
Oh my god.
Gucci stairs, stairway to heaven.
Oh my god. You want me to do that 3 times?
3 times.
I can't. I was like, I looked up and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake. And I get to almost half, a little bit over half, and the stairs are like 90 degrees. Oh my gosh, I was huffing and puffing. And then you want me to run 500 kilometers after? I mean, 500
meters. See, that's the you remember how I was saying before that, if you don't have the luxury of time, or you don't have the luxury of time to train to run 30 kilometres, then what better way to do it and get yourself in a position where you felt like you'd run 30 kilometres or 15 kilometres. When you get to the top of those stairs, you're doing it in about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes or whatever it is. And then when you get 15, 20, whatever it may be, when you get to the top, it's 320 stairs, but it mimics the same mental thought process. And that's what I'm trying to get you to learn. Like you get to the top, and then you run 500 metres, it's like you've gone in the City to Surf. That's what we're going to train for. There's a thing called the Heartbreak Hill.
Yes. I know that very well, actually.
Heartbreak Hill. So when you get to the top of Heartbreak Hill, you've still got 7 kilometres to go. Right. So what I'm trying to train for is any position where you can be put in the mimicking that you run 3, 5, 10, 15 kilometres, and then continue to run past that breaking point. That's how you're going to be training for success. So when you get to the top, it's seeing what your breathing's like, seeing how you can control your breathing and what your stride rate's like, what your self-talk is like.
Yeah. So I was just going to say, how many cuss words that you're saying? I mean, I was swearing Jesus. Poor guy. I mean, he's heard every bad word in the book.
Who's that? Who was that? Sorry.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. It wasn't looking pretty. It wasn't good at all. And then you said, I was like, Liam, you're not doing this. And I decided to walk down and walk the rest of the way. And I called that one a day because it was really, really difficult.
Tough,
but my legs hurt, but it feels good. It's the good feeling when. The day before this and 2 days before this, I was running 5Ks, constant. I got into that zone, and it feels really good. And this is the first time in about 2 years that I have run, and it feels really good. And I'm listening to great music on bondairadio.com.au.
That's it.
Downloaded the app, and I've been listening.
Yeah,
so.
I mean the program that I put you on, it could look far out, It could just be, oh Jesus, there's a lot of stuff going on. But the whole point of it is to just if you've got luxury of time, it's trying to work on the mental side of running, and trying to work on, being in that present moment. I know it sounds like it's a little bit. They were my limiting beliefs. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm pushing my limiting beliefs on other people as an accelerated coach, or people share the same limiting beliefs. But when I get to the top, when I get halfway, I'm like, holy crap, we're only halfway. I've got to do another half and then run 500 meters. But then that's where the self-talk starts right there. It's not a position where I'm oh my God, I can't do this. It's like, okay, how can I do it?
Yeah.
What's my self-talking about?
Yeah.
Just 2 steps. How about we try 2 steps at a time? Let's try moving my left arm a little bit higher while I'm running. That's self-talk. When you start talking to yourself like that, let's see if I can take just a couple of deep breaths. Like in for 2 seconds, in for 3 seconds, out for 3 seconds. And by the time I say those things to myself, I'm at the top.
Yeah, that's good. Sense? Yeah, I'm going to start that. I'm going to try that. And that's going back to being present as well. If you're in the present moment and you're doing those tricks that you just spoke about, I can imagine that getting you through. I mean, I was just thinking about the top and how I couldn't get to the top. and like I said, poor Jesus, he was getting
he cops it, doesn't he? He cops a lot of swear words. I don't know what he's done. He's done a lot to save the people. We're getting grief from the pain, haven't we?
But I'm going to do another run today. And so on Saturday I woke up and I did my normal run and then I did the stairs as well. So it's just getting back into the rhythm. And to be honest, Liam, I have not opened up the program that and to be honest, it's because this time around I'm challenging myself to set a time. Yeah. Which means I can't be lazy. Yeah. Which means I'm being lazy right now by not opening up your program. But this week is a new week. Last week was all about getting my legs adjusted and getting me back into the zone. And this week it's going to be about, looking at the program and setting some times and looking to see if I can beat those times. Because that's the main goal for this time around. Remember we were talking that I've never done a challenge where I'm looking at the time. It's always been to complete the challenge. So this challenge is going to be to complete the challenge within a certain time frame. Yeah,
that's fine. And the best thing is just to start building consistency. So whatever that takes to build consistency. Yeah. If you're building consistency and you're just getting out there and doing it, but you're not even looking at the program, then you're still doing it. Yeah. It's not like you're thinking about doing it; you're doing it. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter either way. Yeah. The program's there as a guiding force that if you're struggling for ideas, then you can go for it. But at the end of the day, running's running. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right arm out. Right foot, left arm out. I mean, it's pretty simplified, isn't it? So
do you know what I mean, though, by being lazy and not thinking about running faster or going harder? Because I can be quite lazy. I'm just listening to my music, and I'm just, like you said, putting one foot in front of the other. But there is a little bit of thought process that goes into being fast when you're running. And I haven't done
lazy with improving your time.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that it's time to step it up.
Okay. Let's step it up.
Well, if we want this to be a challenge, because I have run the City to Surf now twice.
Yeah. So what about, what's a time frame? Do you remember your time that you did last time?
No.
No. Could you dig that up somewhere?
Yeah, I can actually.
Yeah, see if you could dig that up. And we can see if how we can knock it down. Yeah. Because I'm not too sure. If I say let's work on being under 80 minutes. You might have got already under 80 minutes, for example. So.
Well, why don't we do what we were talking about last week, do the City to Surf before I go to Texas, figure out what that time is, and then use that as a point to
when you come back.
Yeah, when we do the actual City to Surf, or when I do the City to Surf, which is, the registration is open now, so I can register. And if there's anybody out there that wants to run the City to Surf with me, I look like I'm skiing.
I forgot that we're on Facebook.
It is really hot. It's such a beautiful day, guys.
Beautiful day on. Can you ask for if this is? I hope this is our office full time one day. That'd be a great goal. Just having great conversations, bringing guests, and overlooking beautiful Bondi Beach here. I'm so lucky.
So beautiful.
You go around the world. Like I went overseas recently. I was born in England, by the way. Okay. So I was born in the north of England, and it's not to take away from that Yorkshire, Hull city that we're from. Everyone that has the same thought process. If they know Hull, they always have the same smile. Like
you're from. Hull. I think that was named the worst city to grow up in. I lived in England, but I hear it's really nice. It is nice. Yeah.
What gives me a level of appreciation for where we came over here when I was 1. My granddad's a karate guru expert, so he flew us over here, and my parents loved it that much. We're like, we've got to get. Actually, they said it's a slight improvement from Hull.
Just slight
improvement from Hull. No, it was a great experience, and we came back here when I was 3 years old, and we lived in Bondi, Well, I don't even know if you call it Birrell Street, right at the bottom of Birrell Street, and that's sort of like Bronte, Tamarama, and Bondi.
Yeah.
Like, that's where it's sort of, it's like a bit of an intersection right there. So I couldn't. One time I was living in Bondi, I thought, and then the other day I was living in Tamarama, and the other day I was living in Bronte.
Yeah.
So maybe I got the luxury of all three.
Yeah.
So to come from Hull, and live in this awesome place, and I got to go back and visit family, and it's great just because of my family. I wish my family was over here, ultimately, but you know, in terms of my aunties and uncles and cousins and stuff, like extended family, but my immediate family, my brother and my mum and my dad. One of my granddads is over here, so yeah, just came from a trip, and I always go overseas. Yeah. Wherever I go, and I always come back and I say, I'm so lucky to see where we live.
Yeah.
So got to have that level of appreciation.
Yeah. I appreciate Coogee, but the difference between Coogee and Drummoyne, which is where I was running before, I used to run around the bay, and it's such flat surface.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, just walking out of my street, it's hills. Everywhere I go, there's a hill. So, yeah.
Can't escape it.
But it's good. I mean, I can definitely feel it. My butt's getting nice and tight.
Yeah.
just by walking around and getting into my front doors, it's like a struggle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love this beach area.
How funny was it last week we were on Facebook Live and Jackson comes on and says, "Oh, say hello to Sheena for me," and I said that to you, and you're like,
"Oh, Jackson, yes."
Like, Jackson. How funny is that? Facebook connecting people like that.
That's
that
right.
was the person who leased your property.
Yeah, that's right.
Ended up being a family friend of mine.
Yeah. Oh, so how do you know Jackson?
I used to train his mum.
Right. Okay.
And his mum's sister is good family friends with my mum and dad.
Right.
So what happened was my dad and one of my mentors, named Benny Gardner, he's a strength and conditioning coach. Now he's the assistant coach for the Rabbitohs. It's a South Sydney Rabbitohs. They're a rugby league, first grade team, and he's the assistant coach now. So he's made it pretty high.
Wow.
They call him the drill sergeant for as you could probably describe that, he is a drill sergeant.
Yeah.
But he couldn't get into the position he is now without having that attention to detail. He calls it ATD.
Yeah.
He loves the attention to detail. So, but his wife is Jackson's auntie. So that's how I know Jackson.
Right.
So it's all into, but when you find out, when you start becoming an eastern suburb,
everybody is connected to everyone. That's what I'm starting to see, is that it's quite a small place.
Yeah, it is a small place. If you sneeze in Bondi, someone's going to know about it in Coogee. I'm telling you right now. You may not think so, and I felt that on to another level, because I just moved back from Yamba.
Yeah.
And that town was only 2,500 people, and their busiest time is when it gets to 5,000 people at Christmas, and they said it's going to be mayhem. And I was like, 5,000 people? I don't know if that's mayhem. I'm pretty fortunate enough to live around here anyway, so that was another beautiful place. But
how long have you been back?
6-7 weeks, but I was back 2 weeks, and I went overseas for a month.
So when you were back here on the radio show, when we first met, you just moved back?
Yeah, I just literally moved. I think I was days of moving back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just moved back, and I was running a podcast up north. I was trying to run a podcast, and I just kept, we were talking about visualization before.
Yes.
I was just visualizing myself having a show, having these microphones, being able to move, and being on Facebook Live, being on YouTube, and having people to connect with and talk to. And I had that vision, and within days of being down here, I met up with Stacey, and I said, "Can I come on your show?" And he goes, "Yeah, definitely come on. You got heaps to talk about." And then after that show, that's how it sort of came together there. So yeah, very, very fortunate how things just snowballed in that sense, because I bought all that gear. Oh my God, up north, I was a professional in buying the gear. Yeah. And now I don't even need it.
Yeah. You got your own.
I'm going to give it to Hodgie now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I was doing a podcast up north. I've done 2 seasons of that podcast. I wanted to try and do every season that was something different. The first season was a summit that I did last year that got 27 nutritionists and physios together to talk about health. the next season was talking about success and innovation, so it was a little bit more business.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I wanted to see if I can go to 10 seasons, but I think we're going to put that aside and just me and you are going to focus on just talking, aren't we?
Yeah. So we're looking for topics to talk about. We're looking for a name. We need a name for the show.
Yep.
Right now we're Wellness Radio.
Yeah. Wellness. I like the Wellness Radio. We're talking about this. Wellness Radio is pretty good, though.
I like it. And I said, there's no .com, but there's a .online.
Yeah.
So I think it should be perhaps wellnessradio.online.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's pretty good.
That's kind of what's flowing through now.
Well, let's hope no one steals that now, actually. What about an opening? Do we have so I'm going to be opening the show, right? So,
yeah.
What opening do I do?
Wellness Radio.
This is Wellness Radio. Well,
you know what? I was, about maybe 4 years ago, I was thinking about going down the wellness route. That time that I was getting really interested in nutrition and learning all about, alternative ways of curing. And I got really passionate about juicing and enzymes because I realized that enzymes are really the beginning of everything. And so I created a website and I called it Enzyme Time.
Oh, okay.
And there was a girl. Do you know who Chiquita Banana?
No.
This is like this girl. I just visualized this woman in a bikini with big boobs and a big fruit bowl on top of her head.
Yeah. Ice
skating around, and she was called Enzyme. And then I just kind of created this website called Enzyme Time, and she was the girls. And I was thinking, on my run over the weekend, I'm like, maybe we can get Enzyme back and have a woman with these big boobs and a big fruit bowl on her head, and she could be our little mascot. Enzyme.
We'll put it out there for people who join in and see what we can come up with. That sounds pretty good, though.
You like the bikini part?
Bikini part, yeah. There's certain words that you said that I was a little bit more interested in, lady.
I like the fruit bowl.
Fruit bowl, yeah. I like the fruit bowl idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've talked about a lot today. We've got another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we might go to another song.
Yeah, and we'll wrap it up on Facebook.
And we'll wrap it up on Facebook there, and after this we're going to have another chat together.
Yeah.
Post this one. We can't get enough of each other just chatting and talking about wellness at the moment. It's gone from nothing to talking everything about wellness.
Yeah.
So we want to learn and grow and give you guys the best information. So if you're listening out there, you can join in on Facebook at Sheena, Alexandra and Liam Zollo. We're going to be filming live, and if you have any questions that you want to ask us, you can ask through there. Also download the app. Just tell, obviously, if you're listening to us on the radio, you've got the app already, or you're listening to us on the website. But yeah, tell your friends, tell everyone out there, guys, because this is an awesome network of people, and we're very fortunate enough to be part of this team on Bondi Radio.
Yeah.
Aren't we? So let's go to a song now.
Yeah, do it, Liam.
Let's do our third song. So, and we'll be back to wrap up the show. So.
Awesome.
It's Bondi Beach. This is Bondi Radio.
Guys, I'm going to show you what our view is. Here, I'm going to just move this. Hi guys. Sorry, I don't have that much time because we got to go back on the air, but this is our view. Look at that. This is what we're looking at whilst we're broadcasting from the bucket list in Bondi Beach.